Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start chapter 579 of I Have 90 Billion Licking Gold Coins. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. Inside the grand meeting room of the Chun estate, a sharp, serious voice broke the silence. I'm sure everyone's heard by now about the shocking event that's rocked the entire hacking world in the past few days. Qian Mingming stepped forward and placed a thick stack of documents on the table, distributing them to each woman seated around the room. Her tone was calm, but firm. The dark web has produced a self-evolving artificial intelligence, an AI that single-handedly went to war against 27,000 top-tier hackers from around the world and crushed them with ease. Every elite cybersecurity team, helpless. Every so-called tech genius, powerless. Entire nations' power grids were breached and collapsed. The dark web now has the strength to directly challenge world superpowers. The terrifying scale of its power. I won't waste time explaining. Qian Mingming's words silenced the room. She wasn't just another businesswoman. She was once part of the hacking world herself. And she knew better than anyone how serious this was. In the documents I just gave you, she continued, you'll see an evaluation from one of China's top cybersecurity experts. An expert who ranked the dark web's AI intelligence level as nearly equal to human intelligence. The room grew heavier. Every woman present straightened up in their seats. This was no longer just a board meeting. This was a crisis briefing. Each of them was now a leader in their respective industries. They carried weight, real weight, in the world of business and innovation. And Chen Yuan owned several powerful tech companies. If AI really triggered a global tech shift, it would mean war, economic war. Traditional internet companies might collapse. Outdated systems would be swept away. To survive, they'd need to evolve. To thrive, they'd need to adapt quickly. And as sharp entrepreneurs, they could already smell the wind changing. Xiao Ruiyu was the next to speak. I've been keeping an eye on this as well. Just today, it was confirmed. Tina Morgan, heiress of the Morgan Consortium, has officially become the head of the dark web. Her voice was calm, but her eyes cautious. We don't need to explain who the Morgans are. If the US now controls both the super soldier serum and dark web AI, then the global business landscape is headed for dangerous waters. Zhao Yuqi nodded seriously. But then, a sudden question from Lin Zhilua shifted the atmosphere entirely. Has anyone else noticed Tina looks a little familiar? Everyone turned. What do you mean? Chu Yumo blinked. Well, I mean, she looks a lot like Chun Yuan's foreign assistant, Anna. Silence. Then confusion. And finally, disbelief. Tina Morgan? The Tina Morgan? Daughter of the Morgan banking empire? A woman born of wealth, power, and nobility. Ranked among the top 10 most powerful heiresses on Earth? You're saying she's working as a personal assistant? No way. Chu Yumo scoffed. Tina Morgan radiates elegance. She's magnetic, almost otherworldly. Anna might look similar, sure, but she's just a sexy blonde with a fiery temper. Their auras are nothing alike. The others nodded in agreement. Exactly. Tina is the dark web's new leader. If she's just a little assistant around Chun Yuan, then what even is Chun Yuan's identity? Zhao Yuqi said it casually, but the moment the words left her mouth, the room went cold. Everyone suddenly stopped. Could it be? No way, right? And then came a voice, quiet, steady, but chilling. It was Yao Qingtan. Tina is Anna. Qingtan, what did you just say? Someone asked, stunned. Qingtan nodded firmly. There are many ways to change someone's appearance and aura. Forget complex disguise techniques. Even top-tier makeup artists in the entertainment world can create a completely new identity. In fact, when we were in Korea, Tina once sent assassins to ambush Chun Yuan. But after a battle, something changed. She surrendered, followed him, and now she treats him with almost reverent loyalty. The entire room was shaken. She's not just his assistant, Zhilua whispered, covering her mouth. She's the new head of the dark web. Which means, everyone looked at each other, stunned speechless. If that's true, then the entire dark web, the AI, the superintelligence, the currency, the hacks, the chaos, all of it, was orchestrated by Chun Yuan. Xiao Ruiyu's voice trembled. If the dark web really was his plan, then he's been working on this for a long time. He always pretends to be lazy, playing games, acting clueless, ignoring company business. But that's just a mask. In reality, this entire global incident was a meticulously calculated move. While the dark web tore through world economies, his own apps, War God Temple and Koi app, exploded in popularity. They're now considered some of the most secure and innovative platforms on Earth. Gao Xiaonin added in disbelief. And by putting Tina in charge, he shifted all blame to America. Now the world thinks the dark web was always under U.S. control. All the destruction, the losses, the chaos, it's all on America's head now. That kind of redirection, it's genius. Terrifying genius. Zhilua's face flushed with awe. Chen Yuanji is so sneaky, but I love it. He took all the rewards and made America take all the heat. Breathless, speechless, shocked, awed. There were no more words left. The room fell into complete silence. Everyone finally understood. This wasn't just a man playing the fool. This was a man who had planned for everything. A man who stayed hidden and crushed the world, all while pretending he was doing nothing. Xiao Ruiyu's hands trembled slightly. The more I learn about Chun Yuan, the more I realize how mysterious he really is. Just how much is he still hiding from us? Chapter 984, Too Mysterious. Inside the sprawling Chen family estate, silence hung in the air. Chen Yuan strolled through the luxurious corridors, peeking into each room as he muttered to himself. Where did everyone go? Why is it so quiet all of a sudden? The girls who were usually buzzing around him like butterflies had all disappeared. Not a single one in sight. A strange emptiness welled up in his chest. I used to find it a bit annoying, he chuckled softly to himself. But now that they're all gone, it feels kind of lonely. That familiar chaos, the laughter, the teasing, gone. He scratched his head and sighed. Guess being a simp really does give you the upper hand. They all fawned over me for so long, and now that they've stopped. He let out another sigh. It's weirdly painful. Just as he was lost in thought, the sound of light footsteps echoed behind him. Chen Yuan, are you looking for something? Came a soft voice. He turned around. It was Qin Bingxue, standing shyly by the stairs. Senior Qin, he smiled. I was looking for you. Oh, really? You were actually looking for me, she asked, her cheeks blooming a shade of pink. She wasn't expecting to see him. She hadn't even joined the big group meeting today, caught a cold, and just came down for some warm water. And now, standing face to face with him like this. She wasn't ready. Despite living in the estate for over a month, Qin Bingxue had barely had a proper one-on-one conversation with Chen Yuan. He was always surrounded, busy with games, business, and the endless stream of other girls. She simply couldn't compete. Her personality was too reserved. She never chased, never begged, never fawned. Even though her heart had long since chosen Chen Yuan, she refused to chase his attention. But walk away? Forget him? She couldn't do that either. Each night she'd lie in her luxurious guest room, lights on full blast, haunted by the darkness she once endured during her 6 months of captivity. A darkness she never wanted to relive. And yet, beside Chen Yuan, she always felt safe. She remembered when they first met, when thugs tried to kidnap her, and he stood between her and death. A fierce protector, wild and unyielding, like a fallen angel wielding divine wrath. That moment was when she fell. She thought her feelings would fade with time. But no, they only grew stronger. Chen Yuan wasn't just a name anymore. He was everywhere. In the news, in the company, in every conversation, on phones, buses, billboards, even at parcel stations. He was inescapable. And now, standing this close to him, her fever was rising. And it wasn't just the flu. Senior Qin, your face doesn't look too good, Chen Yuan said with concern. You're sick? It's just a bit of a fever, she whispered. I'll drink some water, it'll pass. Let me see. Before she could protest, he placed a hand on her forehead. His palm was warm. Her heart? Racing. Whoa, this is serious. You're burning up. This is a 39-degree fever. Qin Bingxue's eyes widened. Her heart pounded so loud it echoed in her ears. I'll take you upstairs. Let me help you recover. You need to sweat it out. Can't ignore this just because it seems minor. Her face turned crimson. As Chen Yuan gently held her hand, her body gave out. Soft and trembling, she followed him in a daze. He brought her to room 306, one of the estate's many guest rooms. But here, Guest room didn't mean ordinary. The place was like a presidential suite, elegant, luxurious, completely soundproof. Even if someone sang karaoke at full volume, no one outside would hear a thing. As soon as the doors shut behind them, Chun Yuan, Qin Bingshue's voice trembled. Her knees buckled, and she collapsed onto the soft carpeted floor, too weak to stand, her cheeks burning red. Her gaze glazed over. "Senior Qin, are you okay?" he asked gently, stepping closer. She murmured softly. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the estate, a memory surged within Xiaoruiyu. Her eyes sharpened. "That explains it," she muttered. "I always found it strange. Back then, when I was being attacked online, my skincare brand's reputation took a huge hit. Yet overnight, all the hate comments vanished. I thought Qin Yuan must have pulled some strings, called in favors. But now, thinking about it again, even with connections, you can't erase the entire internet in one night. Unless..." She paused. He already had access to artificial intelligence back then. Qian Mingming slowly shook her head. "We've been living under the same roof with him for almost a year, and I thought I knew him. But I don't know anything at all. If he really developed the AI himself, then his level of programming knowledge is God tier." She sighed. "No wonder I couldn't hack into his surveillance. I wanted to peek on him showering once. Got nothing. I even tried accessing his chat logs. Failed again. I thought I was rusty. But turns out, I was just a child trying to duel a grandmaster." The girls looked at one another, each of them now realizing they had never truly understood the man they loved. Chu Yumo turned toward Yao Qingtan. "Qingtan, I've always felt you're different from the rest of us. I know this might sound intrusive, but who are you really? You're too composed, too mature. Your medical knowledge is unbelievable for someone your age. And your background. I tried investigating once. Found nothing. Just a single ID card. No history, no education, no records. You're a ghost. A mystery. Just like him." That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. Also, if you know other fans who were reading this manhwa but stopped because it got axed, share this video with them. The more support we get, the more motivation we'll have to keep making these videos. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.